Hello, I am going to be showing you how to build a wicking container today. So the sun's going down. I'm hoping I can get through this before it gets too dark. What is a wicking container? A wicking container is a container that does not have a drainage hole. It is filled with dirt, but the water comes from the bottom. So you pour the water in the top, but it goes down to the bottom, and the plants, their roots go down and they suck up the water as needed. So you might want a wicking container for a couple of reasons. If you live in a dry climate and plants need a lot of water, or if you have a busy schedule and you can't water your plants every day or a couple times a day, sometimes if it gets too hot, or if you're just lazy and you want to be smart. So basically, I'm going to show you how I do the wicking containers. You can make them with common household items, and I'm going to show you those right now. What you're going to need is a bucket, a piece of landscape fabric or cotton. Landscape fabric is preferred because it won't break down, and you can use this wicking container for many years before you have to redo it. You need a drill. This one has a 1/4 inch drill bit. A pair of scissors if you need to cut the landscape fabric. A PVC pipe. This is 2 feet, I believe. I got it pre-cut at Home Depot. You got the bucket. And then you need things that you can find around the house that would hold water. This could be anything from a soup can to water bottles, juice bottles, gallon jugs, basically any kind of barrier that is going to hold air. So you can look through your recycling bin and see what you have. Now I'm going to explain to you how the wicking system works. You have your bucket, you have the cans that are inside, and each of the cans has a couple of holes, one at the top and one at the bottom. The way it's layered is you've got your cans up to here, you've got an overflow hole that is below the top of the can, and then that creates water, a pocket of air, and then from the air up there's dirt, and above the air there is the landscape cloth. So what happens is you take the PVC pipe, it sticks out like this, you water through the PVC pipe, and it goes down to the bottom of the bucket and it fills up the cans. And it fills them up until the overflow hole. So I'll show you. We're going to put a hole in the bucket so that the water will never get above the overflow hole, which creates a pocket of air. This pocket of air is very important because it prevents the plants from drowning. Basically, if it's just water then soil, the soil will just soak up the water and the plant will be overwhelmed. So you want the plants to take what they need when they need it, rather than it just kind of sitting on the bottom. That will create something called root rot. So the reason you have the hole at the top of the can is so that when the water rises, the air that's in the can escape, and you won't have, cans that are just kind of being pushed up. So those are the basic components, and I'm going to show you what I have. I have 7 cans. So I have them all the way around, and then I have one in the middle. And all of the cans I've drilled with my drill 2 holes. One at the top and one at the bottom. So you put all the cans in the bottom. Then you take your landscape fabric and you put it inside the bucket and you kind of put it around the cans. Like you're tucking them into bed. And it'll look like that. And so the ends will kind of stick up, and that's totally okay. The point of the landscape fabric is basically to keep the soil from getting down into the cans and getting soil into the holes. Because if the soil plugs up the holes, then it's not going to work. So this is the bottom layer, and the water air section is kind of sealed in. Then you're going to take your PVC pipe and just stick it in the side like that. Then you're going to put dirt in this. That now would be the perfect time to amend the soil. Some people will put half the soil that they need. They'll put the fertilizers in. I use G&B Organics. Contains beneficial soil microbes, calcium, and it's a fertilizer for tomato, vegetables, and herbs. So I'm going to be growing tomatoes in this, so this is great. Another product that I really like is called biochar, and it's basically these tiny little wooden charcoal bits. Put them in the soil and they become a house for microbes, and yeah, just kind of creates a nice environment for the soil. So now I'm going to put soil in this. I am moving this tomato plant from another wicking bed, which I think was too crowded. So I'm putting it in its own pot, and this is a fine size, 5 gallons, 1 tomato plant, 1 pepper plant, 1 eggplant, something like that. Pack it in, make sure it's snug, and put this on. Great, and that's it. I'm going to water this and I'll show you how the water comes out the overflow hole. I forgot a very crucial step, but it's okay. I will show you now. The overflow hole. So I would have done this before I put the dirt in, but luckily I had another can so I can measure. But basically, yeah, you want the water to be lower than the can because you want a pocket of air. So I'm gonna do the hole right here. So this will be water, this will be air, and this is dirt. Okay, so drill right here. Okay, great. And I can see the can, which means the water will be lower than the can. See that the water is coming out, which means, oh, you can look, you can even see the water. That's pretty cool. So there's this much water being held in the bottom. You'll probably have to water this plant once a week. And if you're not sure, you can kind of just top it up and see how much water it's used in a week. And basically that's it. Okay, it is dark now and this is done. Didn't actually take that long. It was just sunset. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're staying safe in this pandemic and that you can grow your own food. Let's all start growing food and saving water and feeding ourselves. I think that would be pretty cool. I'll see you next time.